日本ニュースタイムへようこそ。
And hello there, morons. Welcome to another JNEWS on Japanese for Morons. Like our last lesson, we will again be concentrating on the animal kingdom today. Unfortunately, today's story is not about some great record broken. It's about an elephant, as you can tell by the title, about an elephant who steps on a zookeeper and breaks his back. And this happened in Gunma Prefecture just yesterday. And the zookeeper happened to be an Indonesian man. I've noticed that there have been a couple zoo trainers in Japan. I've heard stories about them from other countries. So I wonder if that's a way for you guys who are wanting to come to Japan to get jobs. Maybe there's a need for foreign zookeepers. Anyway, this happens to be the same zoo or safari park where a woman died last summer actually, when mysteriously a black bear somehow got into her car. I don't know how, and at the time that the article came out, the zoo was unable to comment because the police were investigating. So they said we decline to comment until the investigation is over. Anyway, this particular elephant is 2 tons, and he uses his front, his foreleg to step, or my ashi foreleg to step on the lower back of this zookeeper. And from what I can tell, he's not dead, but he was of course he's seriously injured. So we can assume he's still in the hospital since it's only been a day since the accident. A couple of notes about JNEWS. The notes and the link to the video that we are discussing today, as always, are in the description. I encourage you to follow along in the description or copy and paste the notes out. And to keep things for your sake and for my sake, and to keep things a little bit shorter, I'm going to only concentrate on half of the video. Yeah, the last video, you might remember, was 40 seconds long, but it took 17 minutes to explain it. Today we're only going to do about 10 seconds of the video. But I think that's enough. I mean, there's so much new information that you will learn something from this. Also, thanks to thanks to Patreon and people who have contributed, I was able to buy this mic it's a Blue Yeti, and it has a mute button, which I just realized will enable me, and using the software that I do use, I'm going to be able to eliminate the echo that you've heard in the last few videos. So if you've seen the last few videos, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, don't worry about it. Just know that this video is much better and automatically deserves a thumbs up. Let's get to the vocabulary. We're going to do that first, and then we'll do the actual video. Okay, so gunmaken. Here we have gunmaken. You might notice if you study kanji that the middle kanji means horse. The first kanji you're not going to see too much. The last kanji means ken, which is prefecture, and a very good kanji to know because there are, I don't know how many prefectures are in Japan. I should know, 40 or something, 43. If you know, put it in the description. It slips my mind. I just came back from vacation. Okay, so gunmaken no is apostrophe s. Safari Park, the Japanized way to say safari park. De at juugyouin, employee. No apostrophe s again. Dansei. Dansei is a more polite way to say man. Otoko is also man. In this case, we use dansei. Ga, subject marker. Zou, elephant. If you are a child, you will also add san to any animal. So my son will say Zou-san. I mean, Mr. Elephant. It's a cute way. And as you might be thinking, well, doesn't Zou have a kanji? And it does, as you can see here to my right. However, most of the time, or often when you're, as I said in the last video, when you're writing out animal names, you will use the katakana. Ni is on. Fumare is to be stepped on. The actual dictionary form is fumu. Fumu, which is to step on, but in the passive tense, fumare, be stepped on. Koshi no hone. Now, in English, I would say I broke my back. Koshi is back. Koshi o ota. Koshi is like lower back. Koshi o orimashita, or oru ota. Oru is the actual verb for break, and ota is the past tense. More polite is orimashita. Koshi o orimashita. Now, in Japanese, however, we would say literally, I broke, for example, I broke, my arm is ude. I wouldn't say I broke my arm, I would say I broke my arm's bone. Ude no hone o otta. In this case, koshi no hone o otta, or o orimashita, or in this case it's a title, or it's a news story, so we're going to use oru. Here we go. Anyway, koshi, lower back, no apostrophe s, hone, bone, so lower back bone, nado, etc. We often use this as a kind of in that area, and things like that. O indicates what the verb will act on. And remember, Japanese is backwards, so the verb will come after the actual object. Oru, as I just said, is to break. Past tense is otta. Juushou is literally, the kanji means heavy injury, but of course serious injury. Desu, as I've said in past videos, for all intents and purposes, desu simply means be, though from a linguistic or grammatical point of view, it's not really be. But, you know, just let it be. Let it be, just so we can go on to more important things. We could have a whole video discussing on what desu actually means. Gozen is AM, gogo is PM, juuji, 10 o'clock, goro, about. In the last video, you might remember the word hodo, which is also about. In this case, goro, there are many ways to say about. Daitai, hodo, goro. Tomioka, Tomioka City. Tomioka. Again, we have the proper noun, Gunma Safari Park. Gunma Safari Park. Kara, from. Ashi, foot or leg. Quick note, the word ashi in Japanese could indicate your actual foot, which is what your toes are connected to, or it could actually refer to your leg, the space between your crotch and your ankle. So in Japanese, I've heard the mistake of students trying to say she has long feet. And I thought, what? And they were trying to say she has long legs. Anyway, just keep that in mind when people, when you use the word ashi. Ashi could be foot or could be leg. Ashi ga itai could be your leg, or could be my ashi ga itai, meaning my foot hurts, could be my leg hurts. It could be my foot hurts. It's difficult to say. O indicates what the wo. Well, pronunciation wise is o, but we spell it out with a W to distinguish it from the o hiragana, which I'll just write it out for you so you know what I'm talking about. This is the come on, guys. What's happening here? How come we're not getting any? Oh, here we go. Yes. So that is the hiragana o, which is just the pronunciation. But when the grammatical wo is actually written with WO on the keyboard, and that's why I wrote it out that way. Fushou is an injury, so fushou shita is injured. Again, we say juugyouin, employee. Ga, subject marker, and iru, which is the word for existence or be, used for human beings. For animals, it would be aru. The polite form for humans would be imas, and for animals, arimas. Not just animals, of course, other inanimate objects like a computer or a cup or a guitar, arimas. If it's a human being, though, imas. Okay. And there are dialects. In Nagoya, for example, you might hear orimas, which is a dialect form. Anyway, to indicates something said or quoted. In this story, we're going to talk about a phone call that was made to the police, and this is what was said. Now, actually, not the police. I misspoke. It's emergency services. So we have I think a few emergency services in Japan. The most famous one is 110, which is this one, 110, which is the emergency number for police. In this story, however, we're talking about 110, which is 911 backwards, right? Which is the emergency number for emergency services, so ambulances and fire departments, nado, etc. Anyway, good to know. When you're walking around neighborhoods, you will see sometimes a door that says 110, which means we're friendly to officers. I'm not really sure why they have it. I've never seen it used for anything, but I've seen it like posted on houses before. I'll have to take a picture and do a video about that in the future. Anyway, let's go on with the video. Tsuho report, ga, subject marker, and arimashita. So there was a report. Tsuho ga arimashita. So basically, ga arimashita means there was something. Now the title of this video, as you can see below me, actually says Niton no zou ni fumare shikuin kosatsu kyonen wa shibou jiken mo. Okay, so oh, did I do this wrong? Niton, what happened here? Yes, there we go. Niton is 2 ton, no is apostrophe s, Zo, as we said before, elephant. Ni is in. Again, this is almost the same as above, only a few different words. Fumare, be stepped on. Here's a new word for you from the actual video that these reporters will speak in a few minutes. This is not in their words. You will not hear it, but it is in the title, and that is juugyouin, which literally means breeding in person, breeding employee, person who brings you up, but caretaker for a zoo. Okay, kosetsu is a great word. It means to break a bone. Kosetsu. So it's basically a fracture. Fracture, yes, broken bone. I guess I should say fracture. That would be probably a little bit more accurate. Let's do that. Fracture. Okay. Kyonen, last year, wa, topic marker, and shibo, death, jiko, accident. So what they're referring to in the title is that this is the same, mo is also, right? So this is also the same place where last year we had that death accident, and they're referring to the bear attacking the zookeeper inside of her car. Okay, let's go to the actual two sentences that we're studying today. Ready? I'll read it for you one time slowly using the cursor, and then I'll let you listen to it. Ready? Gunma Prefecture no Gunma Ken's Safari Park, Gunma Ken's Safari Park de at juugyouin, employee, no dansei, so a male employee, ga, subject marker, zo, elephant, ni. Oh, I'm sorry. Zo ni fumare. In this case, ni does not mean in or on. It means by. Let's fix that. Okay, I'm glad I caught that. By in this case. Sometimes in or on. In this case, by. Zo ni fumare. Stepped on. Koshi no hone, backbone. The back's bone. Nado, etc. O indicates the what the verb will act on. Oru, break. Juushou, serious injury. Yes, it was. That's the first sentence. Gozen, a.m., juuji, 10 o'clock. Goro, about. Tomioka City, no apostrophe s. Tomioka City's Gunma Safari Park. So, Tomioka City's Safari Park, kara, from. And here, see this thing here, this indicates a quote. This is how we do quotation marks in Japanese. And the following sentence is, ashi o fushouした従業員がいる. And this is strange because the elephant broke the guy's back, but in this, the telephone call to the emergency services says, ashi, the leg or foot, o fushou, injured, shita. So a leg was injured, juugyouin, so an employee with an injured leg, ga, topic marker, iru, exists. So basically they're telling the emergency services, there is an employee with an injured leg. To indicates what is being said. 119番, and this is the emergency services number. 119番. 通報 is report. 通報がありました. There was a report. が subject marker ありました. There was. So there was a report saying that an employee, there is an employee with an injured leg from the safari park in Tomioka City at 10 a.m. At 10 a.m. About. Okay, that's it. Let's listen to it now. And here we go. I'm going to just the first two sentences. And here we go. Excuse me. The police is coming. Okay.
群馬県のサファリパークで従業員の男性がゾウに踏まれ、腰の骨などを折る重傷です。午前10時ごろ、富岡市の群馬サファリパークから足を負傷した従業員がいると119番通報がありました。
Okay, and that's all you're going to get. Of course, there's more to the video. That's 18 seconds, and that's enough to study for. And see, this video is already 14 minutes long. So what am I going to do? It's really hard to make these videos short. I'm doing my best. I'll get better as I do more of these. Anyway, thanks again and always for your support. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Please leave a comment, share it, and if you're studying Japanese in a class, tell your teacher about it. Maybe they'll find it useful. I sometimes get phone calls from people telling me that they're using my videos in their class, which is always a big thrill for me. And of course, if you want to support us on Patreon or PayPal, the links are in the description. And the links, of course, and the notes are also, the links of the video and the notes are also in the description. Check those out, and I'll see you guys in the next video.